You ever look back at your old wedding films and you cringe a little bit?
Oh my God!
But at the time, you thought you were absolutely crushing it. And then you watch it a couple years later and you think, that did not age well. But I think that's really the whole point. We grow, we notice flaws, we learn what we missed the first time around. So instead of telling you that your wedding films suck, I want to offer 5 quiet mistakes that could be holding them back and how you can fix them going into 2026. What's up everybody, Jared with an I here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, welcome to How to Film Weddings. This channel is all about helping you become better filmmakers together. So if you're into that sort of thing, it would mean a ton if you consider liking and subscribing, and consider joining us over on Facebook at the How to Film Weddings Facebook group. But diving into the first mistake that I would make really boiled down to the songs that I was choosing. You know, music is so much more than just your background, it's the emotional architecture of your film. And I used to just try to find the fastest solution, find one song that fit a 6 to 7 minute film, slap it in my timeline, and call it done. And yes, while that technically works, looking back on my film, it just felt very emotionally stale and ultimately boring. But here's what I learned that helped me build a stronger story. Find more than one song. I like to use at least 3 songs within my wedding films, have them be all the same key, and then use music as the story beats. And when you do that, your transitions are gonna feel natural, the moments are gonna feel earned, and you're taking your couple on an emotional journey rather than just creating a montage of clips. And when it comes to finding the right songs, that's why I rely heavily on Musicbed. You know, when you choose the right song, you're not just filling space, you're setting the emotional tone. And it really is the difference between a moment feeling powerful or simply falling flat. And there's something about finding the perfect song that as soon as you do, all of the creative decisions suddenly feel natural. They feel easier because music really does help spark creativity. The pacing, the timing, the transitions, all of it seems to make sense the second you find the perfect song. And the big takeaway is to not just use music, leverage it. Let it guide the emotion, because the goal isn't just more music, it's intentional music. But if you don't know where to start, I do have a link to my playlist down below that can help you get started in the right direction. And if you haven't signed up for Musicbed yet, there will be a 14-day free trial down in the description below. The next quiet mistake is your shots aren't building scenes, they're just pretty shots. A simple shot framework for building out a scene is wide, medium, and close. One captures context, one captures action, and the other captures emotion. And when you combine these together, you are building a world. Think of your favorite movie scenes. You're not just remembering a single frame, you're remembering the feeling from moment to moment. And our wedding films deserve that same intention. The next quiet mistake is the drama feels manufactured instead of honest. Cinematic doesn't mean theatrical, and it doesn't always mean over the top. Slow motion can be gorgeous and intentional and have a lot of meaning behind it, until every shot becomes slow motion. And it's the same with music. Epic music can certainly elevate a moment until the music starts to feel like a trailer for a superhero movie instead of a wedding film. We don't need to invent emotion. The emotion is already there. Our job is to simply reveal it, not replace it. Next is not showing who the couple actually is. You know, details matter, but details aren't the reason that people are here. People are here for people. They're here for connection. They're here for family. They're here for love. Details help the atmosphere and the aesthetic, but it's not the heart of your story. So instead of starting your film with pretty detail shots, consider starting your film with an emotional one-liner from the private vows. Something that sets the tone for the story. Or a simple moment from the day, whether it was an authentic moment between the bride and her dad, or a heartfelt, emotional first look during the ceremony entrance. Whatever it is, just starting with personality captures attention so much stronger than just starting your film with pretty detail shots. And flat lays don't raise your kids or tell your future children who their parents are. Stories do. Real authentic moments, those human interactions that you simply can't script or manufacture. And couples really do deserve a legacy remembered and not just 15 seconds of fame on an Instagram reel. So lead with personality and let the details accent the video, but not dominate the entire story. And just remember, you're capturing a journey, not just one day. And this is the most common mistake of all. We show up, we press record, we film the timeline, we edit the timeline. But the wedding day is not the story, it's just the setting. It's just one chapter of the book that has already been written, prior to this day. The story is everything that led to the aisle. And when we shift from videographer to documentarian to journalist, our films gain substance instead of just vain beauty. And we stop relying on luck and hope that we'll get those golden speeches, those perfect vows, epic locations, the beautiful venues, and we start seeking meaning behind what we're capturing. Because a wedding day doesn't really require perfect conditions to be beautiful, but to be meaningful. It just requires us being intentional with how we're capturing it. So if you're looking at your wedding films and you feel like there's just this disconnect, try these small shifts. Use multiple songs in the same key to guide the emotion of your story. Build scenes with wide, medium, close, and creative instead of just focusing on pretty shots. Use drama thoughtfully. Don't try to manufacture what doesn't exist. Prioritize your couple's personality and always seek the journey over just the timeline. But if you try those things, I guarantee you that your wedding films will feel unrecognizable going into 2026. But that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful and valuable in some way. If you did, it would mean so much if you consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, keep creating and telling beautiful stories. Peace.